So we're excited to be here on an episode of A Superwoman Handbook with an entrepreneur and a mom and 14 other things we're going to talk about. Savannah saw a gap in an industry and decided to fill that gap. So tell us your story, Savannah.
Hi. Well, I'm really excited to talk to you today about Safe and Sound Soap Company and everything that I do and all of the products that I have. But specifically, like you're talking about, when I started the company originally, it was because I saw such a big gap in the laundry soap industry. If you are looking for natural laundry soaps, there was such a huge gap. And I really saw that people with sensitive skin couldn't find something that their skin was safe with, but that also cleaned their clothes well. And I couldn't find anything either. So I decided to create my own formula and did a lot of testing, did a lot of samples that I gave out to people, setting up at farmers markets, and finally nailed down my formula. And now I have a whole range of cleaning products for your home, body products, even car air fresheners. So everything from there is just basically to fill the gap in the industry with people that have sensitive skin or just sensitivities in general. They're looking for more natural products. That's what I try to give to people.
I love that. I love that. I was talking to a coach earlier today, and she was saying like her ideal client is herself because she knows where she was stuck. She knows where she needed coaching.
Yeah.
And I feel like for as entrepreneurs, that's what it is. Like even with my company, I was my ideal customer because I knew what I needed. And so I think back to my life before I found some products, and I'm excited to try yours. I was washing my clothes with Baby Drift for the longest
Yeah.
time, and let me tell you, Baby Drift does not clean adult clothes very well at all, which is I always thought so funny.
Yeah, I actually just made a video about this yesterday because there's the whole line of laundry soaps, and they have even like now they have all of these specialty scents and new scents that constantly companies are putting out. And then you get to the end of the aisle where the Dreft and the sensitive skin laundry soaps are. It's like a tiny little section, like, and most of them are unscented, so you don't get to smell good with your laundry or anything. It's just plain and simple, and that's kind of where I was. The products that you could buy, they didn't really work very well, and I still felt like they had a lot of unnecessary ingredients. So I kind of wanted to cut out some of those and make a product that smells great, that's fun to use, and still is made with as few natural, simple ingredients as possible.
I love this. So let's say someone is listening at home and she's like, I see this gap in the hair care market or whatever market she sees. How did you go from having this idea to going, okay, I can actually do this? Because I think most people would say that's crazy. Like, how are you
Yeah,
going to engineer something? How are you going to produce it? How are you going to sell it? So, kind of walk us through that thought process.
I think you just have to do it. Just get out there and do it. I personally started just making it for myself, so testing different recipes and really figuring out what was missing and what I wanted to change. And then from there, giving free samples was a big one. So whatever industry that you're in, if you can offer something free for people to try it before you even launch your company, and then they can give you that feedback and tell you what you need to change, what might work better, and also what they love about it so that you can keep doing those things that they love. And then from there, just starting your business and getting things going and always just connecting with the customer. I still give free samples at every place that I set up. I have free samples because I want people to try it and I still want the feedback.
It's funny, there are some things I was in the promotional products industry for a gazillion years, and of all the products that people would be the funniest about, it was a pen, a writing pen. They wanted it to be thin or thick or have a click end or a cap pen, or they wanted it to be kind of rubbery on the outside or slick on the outside. I've never heard so much personal feedback. I'm like, "It's a pen. You steal it from the bank. Like, what are you talking about?" And I feel like laundry detergent really falls in that same category because our clothes are something that hit all of our senses all day, every day. So, how did you kind of get the confidence to go, okay, I'm going to tackle something that hit people's all their senses all day long, and I'm going to do it in a safe and wonderful way?
If I had been able to find one in the store that I liked, I would have never done this because I would have just bought what they had. I couldn't find one that I liked. And there are a lot more brands out there now than when I started in 2022 is when I started experimenting with ingredients and formulas and things like that. But in 2022, there were like 3 kind of bigger all-natural laundry soap brands out there, and none of those got my clothes actually clean. And then when I went to look at the ingredients list, there was still like over 20 ingredients. One of them even had over 40 ingredients. And I'm thinking, well, this is twice the price of the one that I was buying before, and it still has a lot of things in it that I don't understand why they're there, and they were chemicals. So I wanted to make something that I knew was safe, that I knew was made with the most whole natural ingredients possible. And I couldn't find it, but I knew that there was some way that I could make it happen. And that's really why I did this whole thing, was just because I couldn't find what I wanted.
I completely understand where you're coming from. So now you've gotten the idea and you go to your family and you're like, "Hey family, I want to do this." How does that conversation happen?
Well, it really was my husband that encouraged me to actually get this going. I was kind of making it and tinkering around with the idea of just doing the farmers markets and things like that. And after doing the farmers markets for just a little while, he's like, if this is something you want to do, I want you to be serious about it and actually invest in it and do it, because he's like, I think it could be really big. We were seeing people, even at the farmers markets, saying, "This is the best laundry soap I've ever tried. This is the only one I've been able to use besides, like, you're talking about, like, the direct sensitive skin one, the really boring ones that is actually still good with my skin. My skin handles it well." And seeing that feedback was really like, this is something that people are looking for, that I can give to them, that they've been looking for and searching for a long time. And also just seeing that once people tried it, they loved it. It was his mom that was pretty stuck on her own laundry soap, and I think I bugged her and nagged her for like 3 months to try mine. Like, "Here, I'll give you one if you just try it." And she's very much in the holistic and natural space, and she wanted to use it because the ingredients were so good, but she wasn't sure about how well it would clean the clothes. And then once she was on it and she said, "I love it," I was like, if I've got her, I know I can sell it to anyone.
You got the monster-in-law on board.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah,
That's always
she's great, she's great, but like everyone, it's like you have a product that you feel kinda safe using and you don't wanna to differ from it, but once I've given people these free samples, they usually come back and buy it because they're like, "This is the best that I've ever used. It actually gets your clothes clean and it doesn't have all these chemicals in it."
So let's get into like the meat of making the sausage with that, for lack of a better example. How do you actually, how slash where? I'm just envisioning like in my kitchen with a funnel and a handheld mixer. Like, how do you do this? How do you make this?
Yeah, that's been how it has been. Every item is hand poured. So now I have obviously like bigger vessels that I do all of my mixing and things in, but everything is still hand poured. So I'm still looking into machinery and things that would make things easier, but right now it's all hand poured, mostly by me. Sometimes with bigger orders, I might get a little bit of help, but it's all done by me right now. Every product goes through my hands. I mix everything, bottle everything, the whole 9 yards right here. And behind me is my soap studio. And so I do all of my inventory in here, formulas in here. It's a small operation now, but it's definitely growing.
So speaking of growing, how do you distribute? How can folks find your products?
I have a website now. I launched my website last December, so we're coming up on a year of having the website, and you can order on there and I can ship anywhere in the US. I have subscription options, and all of my products that I make are there on my website that you can order.
I love that. We will drop all those links in the show notes for y'all so that you can find it easily. And from there, how did you realize? Okay, so you've gotten the laundry soap and you're like, okay, victory. I've got this. Let me just hang it up, go live on a beach. My work here is done. How did you realize the other products that were needed?
That was just customers asking me to make things. So at the farmers market that I was setting up, I had people ask me for sugar scrub. So that's the first one that I added. Then I did like some hand cleaner sprays and some room sprays. And I started getting a lot of people asking me about magnesium oil, which I had never even heard of. So did my research on that one. And that's been my best selling product so far. That's one of my favorite products just because it helps so much with pain, with inflammation, helps with sleep at night. And so I added that one. And along the way, it's mostly been customer feedback and also what I have wanted, like my laundry booster. I used to use like this laundry bead, the little laundry beads, and I was like, I know that these are bad and I want to find something better, but I really couldn't. And I did the laundry soap and I was like, I still kind of want something to boost the scent even more. Like I love for things to smell amazing. So I created a formula for a laundry booster powder you just add in with any load of laundry along with your laundry soap. And it really gives that fresh boost and deodorizing power that sometimes you need.
while still being suitable for sensitive skin.
Yes, very much so.
I love that. And now not to, like, make you put your scientist hat on, what's the difference between laundry detergent and scent booster?
Yes, the laundry detergent is actually gonna be the soap that's gonna clean your clothes, and then the laundry booster has deodorizing ingredients. It has baking soda and other ingredients that actually deodorize your clothes. If something's extra stinky or extra sweaty, whatever you're dealing with, it's gonna just lift those odors and deodorize everything really well.
I love that. We've talked so much on the podcast and in the community about laundry and folding techniques and how to mix your scent boosters for that, that just special thing. But we don't talk a lot about laundry detergent. We also don't talk a lot about like hair care and like how much skin is on your head. I was thinking about that when I was washing my hair the other day because we're always worried about our lotion. Well, our skin is soaking it in, so let's be worried about our lotion. No one cares what they put on their hair for the most part. As long as their hair looks pretty at the end, we're not so worried about that. So how do you kind of learn the different products, how to mix them together, how to get the end result of what your mind wants to make?
I experiment so much. Like right now, I have 5 products that aren't released that I don't know when they will be released that I'm just experimenting with. And we try them ourselves. We get friends and family to try them and get all of their feedback and then kind of come back and tweak things as they need. And really, it's just experimentation for me, trying different combos of ingredients. And the internet is a great resource as well, just to see good substitutes. Like if I see a product that has ingredients that I'm not crazy about that I would rather avoid, I like to get on Google and just do a deep dive on what would be good substitutes for that ingredient.
So how do you balance this with life? All that is encompassing that in your life. How are you a CEO? How are you an entrepreneur?
I think that's the beauty of owning your own business because I'm serious about my business, but I'm more serious about family. So I really prioritize family and I own this company. So if I need to do something with my family or if I want to do something with my family, I can just take the entire day off. And it's my company, it's my responsibility to get the job done, but it's also my choice, and I can kind of rework things and rework my priorities at any time when I want to, and that's been the beauty of doing this. I have a 7-month-old, so that takes a lot of my time. I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom with her, so I love that I can just get done when I get done, and then I don't have someone else that's depending on me to get work done, that I'm having to sacrifice time with my family in order to get work done for them. It's all for me. So when I don't get done, that's on me, and then I can get it done when when I do get the time.
So, how do you keep yourself motivated? I think that's the thing I hear the most when I'm talking to new entrepreneurs. And I can't relate to it because I never had that. I always like, I like hitting the grindstone. I never was like, oh, I don't have someone hanging over me telling me what to do all day. How do you stay focused? How do you know, kind of, hey, here's my agenda. Here's what I want to get done today?
It's still a struggle and it's still a learning journey for me. But I do have goals that I want for this business and having those written down and going back to them and every day. I also have a vision board for my business that hangs up here in my studio and I look at that every day and just envision my goals and what I want, and that really keeps me motivated when I get distracted or when things get hard because problems are always popping up in my business, like left and right. It's like this has to be changed, and there was a problem with this, whatever, and then I have to go in and fix it. And then those times that are a little bit discouraging, it's nice to have that vision board and also a list of the things that I've already accomplished that seem very much impossible when I first set up at the farmer's market, but I thought it would be a long time before I started selling in stores and getting wholesale orders. And now that's been a big accomplishment for me. to get that. And looking back on those goals that I wrote down in the beginning and seeing how fast they were accomplished compared to the timeline that I thought it would take, it really encourages me, like, it's possible. I can do it.
So glad you bring that up because I think as women, and especially as female entrepreneurs, we don't celebrate the wins. We look at it like, okay, thank God that's done. That's behind me now. That's off the list. Well, let's move on. And we don't celebrate. It's like, girl, you just defeated a dragon. Now you're worried about the next mountain. Like, what do you? So I love that you keep an active list. That's something I always get a big like aha in all of our podcasts. And that is like my one with you because I don't keep a list. Once it's off the list, I scratch it out as dark as I can. I throw it away, never to be seen again. So keeping a list of the things you've accomplished can kind of give you that motivation and that yeah girl on the days when you're like, oh, I don't know, this feels bigger than me. It's like, no, you've already done these 15 things that at that time seemed bigger than you, so of course you can get this done.
Yeah, I started out with like a little pocket size notebook that I wrote down all my goals in it, and I carried it with me every day, and I would look at it multiple times a day, those goals that I really wanted to accomplish for my business. And so I never even check those off. Once they're done, I just start a new notebook. So they're still in there, and I get to go back and look at those and see all of the things that I've accomplished so far.
So kind of looking ahead, where do you kind of two-part question. Where do you see your business both in like stores you're located, how you distribute, how your brand is seen globally, and then like products that you want to kind of introduce to the world?
I really want Safe and Sound Soap Co. to be a movement for people with sensitive skin and people who are looking for natural products. A big myth is that if it's all natural, it's just not going to be as effective as the chemicals. And that can totally be true because that's the problem that I ran into before I started this company. So I would love for this company to be a movement to prove that you can avoid the chemicals and still have effective products. And you can also still have the fun sense and the joy in things that you clean your home with. Like sometimes it's just fun to have a fun scented laundry soap. And doing laundry isn't fun. So if you can do something to make that more fun and to make that more enjoyable, I really want that for people. I want it to be a global movement, whether it's through subscriptions, through my free PDFs that I send out to people with just simple cleaning tips that I send out. I just really want to be a fun light in the natural living space.
Listening to you talk makes me think about a meme that's been kind of rolling around social media lately. And it talks about like those of my era, we used Noxzema. And if it didn't burn, it wasn't working. That's how.
I was talking to someone about this the other day. Yeah.
And so you've taken a completely different approach. It doesn't have to burn to work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I love that. So you mentioned PDFs. If folks wanted to find those, how would they join your mailing list or where would they download them?
Yes, you can join my mailing list on my website, and then you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Both of those accounts are Safe and Sound Soap Co. And I post reels of simple cleaning tips, and then I have the where you can sign up so I can send them straight to your email, either a PDF or a small video of me showing you how to make it. I've really been delving into that area of just connecting with people.
I love that because I could see that could be intimidating. Someone maybe they know how to clean their shower with this product or their floor with this product, and it can be intimidating if their mom didn't show them. Because I've always used this, my mom taught me to use it to kind of get into a new arena of stuff. So I'm so glad that you're meeting people and your customers where they are in their journey
Yes,
and kind of showing them not only why your product is amazing to have and why we should care and why it matters what's in our clothes, but then also how to use it. How to use these products so that you can feel confident that you're cleaning your house safely for your family. And you mentioned a 7-month old. Thinking about just like the hands and the floor. And I mean, you've got to have a lot of, I don't want to say worry, but there's a lot of, I'd say, conscious thought that
yeah.
things that they can get to are safe and clean. And so I love that you're helping to take that worry away for other moms that they're like, okay, there's not formaldehyde in this and it's also clean. Those are glad we omitted both those off our worry list for today.
Exactly, exactly. And I want to teach people how to make products at home. Of course, I have the products that I sell, but there are a lot of products that I make and use to clean different areas of my home. I don't sell those products. They're so simple and easy to make that I just give those to you for free. If you're interested in those ingredients and in those recipes, I want you to have them because it's really simple and easy to create some of your own home cleaning products just with ingredients that you have already in your cabinet.
I know when we met before, I promised no, like, surprise shock questions. So you can say skip if but I was just talking with one of my friends, just shower glass doors are all the rage, but cleaning them is so difficult, even with, like, Kaboom and scrubbing bubbles and all these things. Do you have a solution for glass shower doors?
Yes, I do. I actually just created my PDF for this cleaning spray. So go follow me on Instagram, get in my DMs. I'll send it to you because I haven't created like the official reel or the official post to like click here to get it yet because I just created it, but I have it. So if you want it, follow me and I will send you that because that is one of my favorite cleaning sprays ever. And it's just two ingredients. So I love sharing that with people. You'll probably already have these ingredients in your cabinet so you can just come on there and ask me, and it leaves your shower door sparkling, like sparkling clean. And we have like really hard water here where we live. The water just leaves like spots everywhere. It's just, I know it must be terrible for our skin. I really want to get one of those filtered shower heads eventually, at least for our shower. But so we have glass shower doors and they get really spotty, but I love using this cleaning spray to get them all shiny and clean again.
I'm gonna be getting that PDF in, like, 13 seconds as soon as we
I've
That's
got
the
you.
number
I've
one
got you.
place I'm going. Well, I love being able to chat with you today and hear your story, not only as an entrepreneur, but the why behind it and the mission of leaving the world better than you found it. And in so many ways, I love that everyone that comes on a Superwoman Handbook is doing that in the industry or the arena or the space where she sees that deficit, trying to fill it. And I love that you're doing it in your area. And speaking of your area, for those that might be listening in your area, where are some upcoming places they could find you and meet you in person?
Yes, so this Saturday, the 7th or the 8th, I would have to check again, but this weekend I will be at the Black Barn Market and Craft Fair in Las Casas, Tennessee. It's beautiful venue and they have food trucks and just a big market, a petting zoo for kids, and it's a beautiful space to come and just have kind of a family day. And I have multiple stores that sell my products. There's a couple of cute boutiques. Rustic Rebel here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee carries my products. Sunshine Nutrition, which is a lifestyle nutrition store, carries my products as well. And I love meeting people. So I do the Stones River Farmers Market, which is an online farmers market that runs year round here in Murfreesboro. It is so cool. So you can also meet me there. I take orders there every week and meet my customers there as well.
I love this. Well, I know you're a busy lady, so I won't keep you, and I appreciate you entertaining my questions and sharing with our audience that not only can they build a company, they can build a company where they're actually creating a brand new product and manufacturing it and shipping it and doing all that because I think that can feel like Amazon overwhelming to people. So to know that that's not out of grasp, I love you sharing your story. And we'll be sure to get in the show notes all their different links and connections so they can find your product if they're not in your immediate area. And I can't wait to chat with you again and kind of see what you're doing and what products you have, at that point.
I'm so excited too. Definitely would be happy to talk with you again. We're always growing and changing, and I'm adding new things and new ideas all the time. So I'm excited about that.